Dated on January 19th, 2024 by Wilhelm. Categories: Wisdom from Wilhelm. January 25th, 2024. You and your world will change this year. From Wilhelm. Imagine time as a spiral staircase, each January 25th like a landing where Wilhelm helps us refine our footing. What initially felt repetitive transformed into a dance of ascension, using the familiar rhythm of dates to reach new heights of awareness. Roger Burnley. January 25th, 2024. You and your world will change this year. We have provided guidance over decades to allow you to accept and embody your importance while restructuring your life and world. You each come to the world with unique gifts you uncover as you move through your lives. We are not limited by linear time and have used certain days over the years to impress upon you the ascension process. We have called this period restructuring, for it is different than any other time on your planet. But that means you have something to offer that will aid your evolution and the planetary ascension. While many in your world are bringing more awareness and tools to aid your journey, our messenger dutifully transcribed our words for you in advance. We are now providing study material before the next planetary shift on your full moon on January 25th, 2024. Please study each message and provide yourself with enough time for integration. During our live conversation, you will be more than ready for the next step on your ascension journey. You have always been guided and loved. January 25th, 2008. Your most noble and productive goal at any moment would be peace. When peace is your first objective, you affirm to the universe that everything is in divine order and working out for you exactly as it should, which is always the case. This place, again, you will only find in your present. Moments of serenity, and this is what you desire above all else. Your elders will always point this out to you when you consciously observe their behavior. There is much for you to learn and remember there. January 25th, 2009. Everything that shows up in your life experience is perfect. When you accept this premise as true, you let go of your resistance to any of it while simultaneously availing yourself of your powers and abilities. It is only your particular judgments of what you observe that ever cause you any difficulty. It was always your intention to expand and evolve continually, and this may only be accomplished when you develop and actualize your belief and trust in this process itself. It is divinely planned and only takes your willingness to see it. All that you observe currently was created from the past, and your desire is always to create from your moment of now. You can be, do, and have whatever you desire when you believe that is true. Let go of your preconceived expectations, for there is always more available. January 25th, 2010. You allow things to come into your life experience so that you might become better. These are all very subjective terms used here so that you might grasp the concept on a deeper level so that you understand. If you apply this concept and way of thinking to everything that shows up for you, your emotional reaction becomes quite different. You open yourself to receive the valuable information, wisdom, and knowledge you will eventually gain from all your life experiences. All things occur in a manner that allows you to evolve and expand. You need to trust this is true. January 25th, 2011. Take the next step, and that is the one right in front of you. Some certain concepts and ideas are worth repeating and reviewing, and this is indeed one of them. In other words, with anything you desire to accomplish, there will always be specific actions and decisions you must make. When you spend much of your time worrying about the outcome or regretting the past, it is easy for you to become paralyzed, so to speak, and you end up taking no action and making no decisions. This condition occurs when you have chosen to live outside of your moment of now. You can only take the next step now, and you would do well to have your focus there. January 25th, 2012. While anticipation and imagination are uses of the same ability you possess, they produce different results. You use your thinking to facilitate them both. However, many times, what you anticipate is filled with notions of dread and fear. Your imagination, however, can be used to visualize the very results you desire and will consistently deliver to you more than you expected simply because all of your thinking is limited. It is limited because you intend to continually expand, which involves realms of your being that you have yet to experience. You would do well to grab hold of your imagination. January 25th, 2013. You fear your success more than failure. To better understand this condition, you might think of the rule you learned. Do not touch that, for you might get burned. When you come into physical form, you are given many rules and regulations by those in authority designed to keep you safe. Unfortunately, you often apply that rule to many areas of your life. You begin to equate anything unknown to you as that area of experience where you might get burned. Your job now is to understand that your success is in that very unknown, and you would do well to embrace it. January 25th, 2014. You will receive what you consider to be the most success from what you desire to create when your focus is continually on what you can give and contribute rather than what you might receive. The key to this process is your particular mindset when you begin. When your primary intention is what you might receive, you are enacting that law of attraction because you believe you do not have enough of whatever it is, which ends up being your experience and reality. When you begin with the intention of what you might give and contribute, the same law is in place, and the result is you receive so much more because you have already affirmed that you have so much. It is that simple. January 25th, 2015. Everything is occurring in your physical experience precisely as you planned, and you merely need to allow yourself to recognize it. You may initially rail against that statement because you think certain things occurred that you did not desire. However, when you take that stance, you become a victim of your life instead of empowered in your life. It is not that you consciously ask for all that occurs, but if you can accept the idea that the non-physical part of you knew what would be for your highest good and expansion before you came to the physical plane, you will begin to embrace the perfection of it all. There is nothing that was supposed to happen that has not happened, and there is nothing that will occur that is not for your highest good. Stay in this mindset, and you will discover the beauty of your journey. January 25th, 2016. Becoming honest is the first and most crucial step that you must take to manifest anything or create the life of your dreams. Becoming honest means acknowledging that you know exactly what to do to accomplish all your goals or achieve your dreams, but sometimes you are unwilling to do that. Now, the reasons you are unwilling to do that may vary, but when you are honest, you always know you are capable. It is not that you fear you are incapable, but that you fear doing what you know is required. If your goal was to lose weight, you know everything that would be required, but what you fear is doing whatever that is. When you become honest, you will also become empowered because you know you are the only thing standing in your way. January 25th, 2017. The most powerful thing you can do in your life is to decide to start at the end. You have previously visited this subject. Now is a good time to do so again. Starting at the end means envisioning your desired results, goals, or precisely what you desire to achieve by whatever you are doing, including your entire life. You only get lost or do not know what to do when you have lost sight of your desired end. This process is also powerful because of your habit of looking at the beginning and seeing an arduous journey before you, which becomes daunting. Seeing the end and envisioning that always brings it closer to you and makes it all so much more fun. January 25th, 2018. This message will take you far beyond what you imagined. You and so many others play the impossible game of attempting not to see what you see. You do this because if you acknowledged your acquired wisdom entirely, you would have no excuse not to operate from that place. A perfect example is one you experienced. You attempted to notice the behavior of another, judge it as somehow being bad or wrong, and then tried not to see that behavior in yourself. Trying to deflect that judgment to the other does not prevent you from noticing how you have judged yourself. You're welcome. January 25th, 2019. You can't take it with you. We wanted you to use that title for the curiosity it sparks within you. That particular saying has lived on in your society for a good reason. You all become attached to physical things and possessions, which often block your awareness of who you are and how valuable you are. Now, you and others have also gone through a process where, either deliberately or what feels like happenstance, you are stripped of all those things you thought provided you with your identity. Without those things, you are then faced with finding value elsewhere. Hopefully, now you finally recognize how valuable you are without all that stuff you can't take with you. January 25th, 2020. Jealousy is inspiration misinterpreted. We needed to give Roger that sentence immediately upon awakening to assuage his discomfort and self-judgment. We will now tell you a story to help you understand what we have often said to be the integrity of your physical life experience. What that means is for every person, the events, circumstances, people, and the timing of all those things are perfectly aligned to allow each of you to evolve in a manner that contributes to the evolution of all humankind and consciousness. No person is excluded from this. Roger has never trusted his intuitive nature, and this has caused him great consternation. Yes, we used that word intentionally, so look it up. Roger has found that his life experience had him ignore or not become consciously aware of particular teachers, speakers, or new thought leaders. We did this hoping that when he came to discover these individuals, it would encourage him to accept and trust his intuition as a gift rather than a curse. A perfect example of this is his recent discovery of Byron Katie. Last night, while watching a video of her, Roger became aware he had culled information similar to her from us. Roger felt jealousy and envy. which quickly turned to self-condemnation. Why hadn't I accepted myself? You are to find those who inspire you so you create more, not condemn yourselves. You'll remember we have hammered home the idea that there is no hierarchy of souls. Now, the title of this message will make sense and, for some, change your thinking. January 25th, 2021. Every decision you ever made was the correct one. We know you may find that sentence challenging to accept and possibly even more challenging due to the conditions of your outer world and how they may affect your inner world. But rest assured, they are all connected. Yesterday, we threw in a line, which we called cryptic, that we will explain now. You have something you were born to do, achieve, move through, release, or any other human term you may find that signifies expansion or becoming more. You come into the world at the right time to facilitate your expansion. That will coincide with that of the world. Don't worry, we will have this make sense. Your belief in linear time makes this challenging, but please know all is happening now. You will find that concept valuable and powerful. As you move through your current restructuring, you will uncover more of your evolutionary journey. Roger's story will help you. Yesterday, his associate had interviews with those who experienced Roger's coaching or were enrolled in his program. Last night, Roger watched one of the talks, and at the end, he burst into tears. Roger misinterpreted the reason for the tears, and we are giving him and you that explanation now. What Roger heard was the difference he made in the life of another, and he could never have done that unless he had lived his life, made every wrong decision, and suffered every imaginable failure. The tears were a sign of recognition, acceptance, and relief. The feeling of relief was coming to recognize that everything we had told him was correct. We have told Roger that he came to be loved, but that didn't make sense until this current restructuring because he saw the results in the interviews. Now, he feels more needed, and his life feels validated, as each of you will be in your way. And now, Roger will continue with his mission of helping others know all their decisions will yield the results they desire. The acceptance part is what you all will come to understand. You only resisted who you thought you could become. You will make new decisions now, and you will be fine. January 25th, 2022. Your struggle is internal. We have said your world is moving through a massive restructuring, and we also mentioned it was occurring within you, for that is why you wanted to be alive at this time. Some of the events in your world will seem confusing. Many of you might begin to believe your world is falling apart, but what is occurring is you are being aided in your healing. You will be the only one who will allow that to happen, which is why you struggle. There is explosive energy in your world that is coming to a breaking point, but it will be different than most think, and this is where you come in. The balance of power in your world needs to be readjusted. Too many of you have forgotten your goal of oneness. It is not something that occurred suddenly, for it has been in the works for eons, which is why we also said this is the most consequential lifetime you will have. We understand some of you will not understand that paragraph, so we have revealed more to Roger. He became more willing to believe himself. He has accomplished that because we kept showing him the efficacy of the program we gave you all in 2012 because he carried that lack of belief as each of you has, which is why you wanted to be here now to evolve more, and that occurs when you own and love yourself. We will give you one tip to use this week. When you examine the events of your world, you must separate yourself from any group thinking and then ask yourself what is true for you and decide to make and own that decision and live it this time. If you still have fear and doubt, that is what you want to heal. We have thrown in some cryptic words. Some will understand, but you all will be fine. January 25th, 2023. Self-love will change your life and world. We mean that statement figuratively and literally. There would be no other goal more critical in your life than to love yourself, but you often struggle with accomplishing that goal due to your self-judgment. But you have yet to understand that accomplishing the goal of loving who you are in every aspect would change your world. But that is why we provided our work. You each have difficulty accepting the innate power with which you were born to manifest that extraordinary life you could have and the world you would create. We knew your potential and provided a message on this date in 2013 following our 10-year guidance cycle, January 25th, 2013. You fear your success more than failure. To better understand this condition, you might think of the rule you learned. Do not touch that, for you might get burned. When you come into physical form, you are given many rules and regulations by those in authority designed to keep you safe. Unfortunately, you often apply that rule to many areas of your life. You begin to equate anything unknown to you as that area of experience where you might get burned. Your job now is to understand that your success is in that very unknown, and you would do well to embrace it. Wilhelm. We have brought you to the title and theme of our next live conversation. You fear your success more than failure. You can learn more and register here. https://www.rogerburnley.com/Wilhelm.